Boom, boom, boom. Footy Scoops in the six.
Listen, Najjah.
Zoom. What's good, man?
Footy Scoops, listen up. Breaking news right now. Massive breaking news.
Let the people know.
Premier League clubs have agreed in principle to introduce a spending cap. There's an AGM in June with all the club executives, but they've agreed already in principle to introduce a spending cap. More to come on that and another one. Nudge, real quick, what are you saying about that?
All I'm gonna say is that's gonna be massive for changing the landscape of how this whole, how the teams operate. So I mean, this is interesting. Obviously, you've seen in other leagues. So let's see what's popping. And I say NBA and other stuff. So it's interesting to see what's gonna happen in the EPL. A salary cap on teams, very interesting. But
yes, indeed.
Weekend
review, man.
Weekend review. I ain't trying to review too much. I know you ain't trying to review too much. But what a weekend of football!
I hate football.
Listen, not more than me. Listen, not more than me. All right.
Kicking off the weekend.
West
Ham, Liverpool. Listen.
Oh gosh. Wait a minute.
Listen. Saturday, as far as football goes, Saturday was we call it a Picasso time. Beer draws. Beer
draws.
West Ham 2, Liverpool 2. Mikel Antonio, as always, scores against Liverpool with a club that he scored the most against in his career.
Yo, man, the yard man.
Don't retire.
The yard man is doing his thing, man.
Don't retire,
It's been very interesting, man, to see. I mean, about 6 weeks back, as you know, I mean, and you thought too. I honestly picked.
We were sitting top of the table.
I honestly thought Liverpool had what it needed to get across the line. I mean, the depth, everything, but the capitulation has been crazy, and it's unfortunate, man. I mean, like I said, I want anybody to win for the record but Man City, all right? Just so you know. But anyways, 2-2 West Ham draw.
Yes, indeed. I just want to touch on that one other thing of that as well.
Oh,
so,
yes. You got to talk about it.
Okay, listen.
What was up with your boy?
I don't care the situation, the time. You don't disrespect the manager. Period.
Publicly.
You mean? You don't disrespect it. Behind closed doors, you're not going to have whatever you want to say.
Right.
That situation right there, club went to go to his regular handshake, give him a hug sort of thing, and Salah wasn't having it. Because Salah appeared to be upset that he's coming on so late in the match. And this was just before Mikel Antonio scored as well.
Yeah.
Right? So Salah appeared to be upset that he's coming on so late in the match. Then Mikel Antonio goes on to score, and then Salah had more words to say to Klopp, you mean? Because really and truthfully, we needed to get a few more goals prior to that, because yes, Mikel Antonio's going to score against Liverpool. It always happens. I'm not even shocked anymore. It always happens.
Madness.
So more goals were needed. Right. So bringing on Salah at that time, but at the same time, Salah's not been in his best form.
No, he hasn't. I mean,
from manager wise, I can understand. Like you're the manager. I'm gonna run it the way I want to run it. So I get it from that. And at the same time as well, you can't diss any manager. Any player can't really diss any manager, really and truthfully. I mean, but obviously you're going to have, and it's a story is all the time. There's always like a player versus a manager. It's happened at all different clubs. I mean, however, no player can chat to Klopp. Period. No, seriously.
No, but it's true. It's true.
No player can chat to Klopp.
It's true.
If it's not like you're trying to diss when Hodgson was there or the rest of it, Torres and Hodgson kind of in. Yeah, people sided with Torres because they could see that even though he wasn't Hodgson wasn't really carrying the team the way he wanted to be carried. What Klopp's done and what Klopp has brought to the club itself, you humble it.
No, you have to humble it. And it's not like he's just doing something, without reason. Like you said, I mean, Mo Salah hasn't been in form since he's come back from injury. Just midweek, you guys lost to Everton, and he wasn't playing well.
Out the game.
So I mean, at the end of the day, I understand he's going to try and roll, and he's kind of showing a change in the guard as well. You know what I mean, with Gakpo, Nunez, and Diaz. So
honestly, I think the Salah's it could be Salah's last match because there's 3 matches left to go.
Yeah.
Really and truthfully, if you're going on like that, like.
We'll see.
I mean, it's one of the ones. Klopp's not a petty guy like that, but at the same time, if it's a niggling thing that's going to keep going on, you might be like, you know what? It's 3 games to go. You're good.
Yeah,
you're good, and I'm leaving. So
yeah,
all that bench.
Yeah, I mean, I hope they patch it up. I mean, they've done such wonderful things together. You guys have done amazing. So I hope they patch it up. Real talk. You know what I mean? So yeah, let's get on to the next game. We have Fulham and Crystal Palace again.
Indeed.
Picasso, another draw, right?
Yes, man, yeah.
I mean, what can I say with these
Crystal Palace was on a nice little run for a little bit, but again, these are teams that have kind of secured their place. I mean, within the table itself. So
Comfortable.
yes,
Yeah, no, definitely comfortable.
Now, who has not secured their place and is still fighting for their life? Burnley. What's a result for them, man?
What a result for them. I mean, I have my Nottingham Forest fan, my boy Machi, calling me like, you had one job, and that was to beat Burnley. All right? A relegation team fighting for their life. Man United, what is going on? I mean, I just can't wait to rip apart this whole project. I mean, before I was kind of like maybe Ten Hag in, but I just feel everybody just needs to go.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
You're one of those.
Yeah.
Ten Hag out.
No, I mean, it's tough because it's like a Pochettino thing where you jump into a mess and it's like it's hard to clean up the kitchen when you come into this thing where how it's set up. What is concerning to me is his post-match comments.
Yes.
Very delusional.
Yes.
You know, I don't know if he's saying that to trying to protect the players, but I mean, it just seems like he doesn't have a control of the team. Again, we still don't see a proper pattern to play strategy. You know, we just don't seem to have any form or desire. I think he's lost the players, you know. Another thing. So, I mean, there's so much to unpack with that standpoint there, but I just think that really and truthfully, I mean, with the team here, I know we had injuries. Everybody has injuries. These results are just shocking and they're horrible. It's unbelievable.
So, if he leaves end of season, who would you like to bring in? I know we're doing like a bit of a end of season review a little bit early, but who would you like to bring in? Give me just one name and
Man,
one name and done.
I want Unai Emery.
All right, bro. Done. We're not going to say that more. We're going to leave it on that.
Yeah. I wish. But you know, I see a guy who comes in and brings in his plan, his strategy, enforces it, and you see the team take his shape, and they turn them into winners. Aston Villa's done phenomenal things. Same thing.
I just said it though, big and serious. I want all them clubs to just allow Emery to do what he's doing at Villa. Like, you mean as you said, he's coming. He's inputted what he wants to input.
Serial winner, man.
And there's a lot of clubs now looking at. You mean you lot could be changing. Chelsea might change. You mean like obviously they've got a few clubs that might want to just shake stuff up. Allow Emery, leave him at Villa, let him do what he's gonna do. Because I'm dying to see him and Villa in Champions League.
No, that would be dope. No, they're gonna do it. They're gonna do bits. He's gonna do bits. But really quickly, while we're on the topic of Manchester United, I got to shout out Campo Soccer right now.
Campo.
All right, you see the Old Trafford shirts. They got all types of apparel, which is brilliant. So I want you to just check this out right here. All right, absolutely brilliant. Campo Soccer, thank you so much. You already know how the ting go already.
Yes, indeed.
All right,
yes,
now
indeed.
back to the action.
Right on. So Newcastle 5, Sheffield United 1 means that Sheffield United are done.
Yep.
That's it. You know, we've been saying it for a bit. It's obviously the writing's been on the wall for a long, long time. And the issue with Sheffield United is what they brought back Chris Wilder. Chris Wilder had brought them up to the Premier League. And he was doing well. He was kind of playing like, a certain ways.
Right.
Things kind of went south. He got fired. They got relegated. I mean, like, came back up again, and then it's been a battle again since they came back up. They've not looked at the races at all.
No, they're just definitely not up to speed,
so
unfortunately.
And they brought back Wilder.
Yeah,
they brought back Chris Wilder. They're trying to steady the ship, right? It hasn't happened. Now, he's a manager. He's shown that he can bring them up again, right? However, will they stick with him? Will he want to stay there? There's a lot of stuff that has to happen at that club as far as like kind of getting out of that kind of yo-yo.
Yeah, no, I know.
Spot,
Then they're bouncing back and forth, right? Yeah. I mean, personnel, obviously, and this you're gonna have to figure it out. But I mean, it's gutting. I mean, I feel bad for these guys. It's gutting, you know what I mean? To take a taste, but I mean, this is what it is, and to keep it moving. I mean, also got to shout out on Newcastle. Isak is I just really love the way this guy takes his goals. I mean, Isak is a player, man. Yeah. If you want to come to Man United, just let me know, all right? But yes, brilliant. Next up, we got Wolves and Luton. Wolves winning 2-1 against Luton. Yeah. So, I mean, again, Luton, another team that's fighting for their lives right now.
Come on, Luton.
Listen, this is some stuff right now.
Come on, Luton. You mean? Pull it out, man. Pull it out. Find a way. Pull it out, because it's been an absolute joy to watch all season. So pull it out, man.
Man, right now they're at 25 points. Yeah. Nottingham Forest at 26. We'll get into that a little later on. But they're right above.
And the thing is as well, speaking of Forest very quickly, I rate Nuno Santos highly. That's a very good manager in my opinion. So those are two teams I want to see pull out, but one of them's gone. One of them's gonna be gone. One of them's gonna be gone.
Right now, I think I want Nottingham Forest to stay up, but we'll see what's up.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Moving right along, bloody Everton.
Woo!
Bloody. Those are supposed to be relegated.
Yeah.
These are supposed to be.
Nah, man. You know what? Again, that's redemption. The man got the point deduction. They started out half decent. You know what I mean? And then got that point reduction, and then
Mate.
just were, just sinking.
Speaking to any toffee right now is it's a nightmare.
Yeah.
It's a nightmare.
I think it was the first victory against you guys in 10 years or something like that.
Yes.
So midweek, Everton beat Liverpool 2-0 in a derby match, which
Yeah.
is unbelievable. So, but yeah, again, and then they do it again right now. So 2 wins on the bounce, 1-0. These guys are definitely secure. They're safe. So congratulations to the Toffees, man. Congratulations.
Moving along. Aston Villa and Chelsea. Again, Unai Emery, salute to you. Chelsea running hot and cold, running all kind of different directions. You know what I mean?
Listen, Aston Villa was up 2-0. They thought it was going to be like, here we go, a slap up. And then, boom, they come back to tie the game and salvage something, salvage a point, right?
I'm interested to see what Chelsea does this transfer window as far as like outgoings go, because Pochettino has to mold what he wants. You know what I mean?
Right.
The squad is massive. The squad's massive.
It's huge.
I don't know if you remember, like towards the beginning of the season, there was a press conference. They mentioned one of the reporters had asked Pochettino about one player, and he didn't even know who the player was because the squad. You mean that squad is just?
Oh, dare!
No, the squad is just massive.
No, I mean I totally.
And he was new in the club too, but
right.
The squad's way too big. So I want to see if he's gonna really trim it out. I know Silva's leaving at the end of the season,
right.
So I wonder what.
Shout out to that legend.
Yeah. I wonder what his plans are. It'll be interesting to see what Chelsea does during the window. Definitely.
Yeah, they have a lot of cargo, man. a lot of cargo.
And then moving into Sunday's matches, Bournemouth 3-0 over Brighton.
Big win for Bournemouth.
Massive win for Areola. So now his loan deal is now permanent. You mean so it's a massive statement for them, lot. You mean so they're liking what they're seeing. They're like, yeah, you know what, this works, so we're keeping that. So good for you, lot.
Yeah, man. I was gonna give a shout out to the young Cliver because he's put out his scoring boots. You know what I mean?
Yes.
We always want to shout out Patrick Cliver, a legend.
100%.
But his son seems to be finding his form right now. Last couple matches, last couple weeks he's been scoring. So
yes, indeed.
shout out to Cliver real quick.
Boom. And then going into the North London derby.
Wow.
Spurs.
This one.
Spurs.
Arsenal and Tottenham.
Spurs. What's going on? What's going on?
What's going on? Looking back about maybe 5-6 games ago, I was saying Arsenal have the toughest schedule, to close this thing out.
Yeah.
Mind you, Man City still have a game at hand.
Well, City still got a space Spurs, so Spurs can still be kingmakers.
Yes.
As I've said, they can still be kingmakers.
But what a match!
Yes.
In Tottenham, they jump out to a 3-0 lead, which is incredible. And then, it's a derby, and this is what happens. These guys scratch and claw and come back. 87 minutes, Son ties it at 80. Well, not ties it, scores, makes it 3-2.
Yeah.
And, but Arsenal got it across the line. I'm shocked and I'm happy. Anybody but Man City for me.
Listen. I think it's cruel and unusual punishment. Arsenal being so good.
Yeah.
Arsenal being so good right now.
It's
to not
crazy.
finish it out.
Yeah.
Honestly. And I don't, again, because it's in City's hands, because again, they have the game in hand, right?
Right,
so
right.
It's in City's hands. So it is one of them ones where flipping Arsenal, they're pushing it as much as they can, which is great. 3-2, jumping out to, the 3-2 scoreline, but jumping out to 3-0 over Spurs, in Spurs Stadium, it's a statement of intent, 100%.
No,
100%, but boy.
What a turnaround
to do all of that.
And then to still
potentially full second, you mean?
And to be fair, most likely that's going to happen.
100%
But, it's in Man City's hands right now.
It's in City's hands right now. That's that weekend when both Liverpool and Arsenal slipped up, that was it.
Yeah.
It was, for me, that was it. It was a wrap. It was
unbelievable.
You mean?
But
at the same time, though, Arsenal's bounced back from their blips.
Mm-hmm.
And they're still racking up the goals. So, you know what I mean? And then lastly, we have Forest and City sitting running out 2-0 winners with that one. And again, just keeping this situation in their hands. They have their game in hand. So...
Let me tell you, did you see the highlights for this game? I mean, Nottingham Forest, you know what? You guys did it was just
Santos is a manager bloke.
not being able to take your food, like you said. Don't play with your food.
Don't play with your food.
Chris Wood, I feel bad for him. You know what I mean? Like, this guy missed 2 sitters right in front of the net. Like, I feel really bad for him.
Yeah.
I think 9 times out of 10 he's doing that. Like, the ball was on the ground and he missed. The ball went through his legs. Unbelievable stuff. You know what I mean?
That's nightmares.
And that was at the point where it was they were just up 1-0. So they could have tied the game, and you never know what could have went from there.
Momentum.
But Man City, they went to score. I think Erling Haaland scored again. I think it's 31st goal of the season, Premier League, and that's it right now. So the pressure is on right now for this Premier League title race. 2-horse race. Arsenal and Man City. As we both agreed, probably I still think Man City's going to do it, but I'm hoping and praying Tottenham could do something. All right? So, but yeah, it's crazy, man.
And the difference is, remember a couple of weeks back when Man City lost against Real and he pulled off De Bruyne and pulled off Haaland. It was like, oh, I mean, there's dissension in the ranks.
Right.
Nah, bro. They're good.
Yeah, they're good.
They're good. There's no extra talk. Because Haaland's looking like he's happy as a lamb right now.
Man.
He's happy as a lamb right now, banging it in.
Banging it in.
You know what I mean? So, it's what it is. But yes, that is, bruv, what a weekend of football. What a weekend of football.
It's crazy.
What a weekend of heartbreak.
Yeah. Manchester United
as well, oh, mate. I'm telling you,
it's gonna be interesting, man. So we'll see what's happening with this relegation battle, and then obviously we're gonna see what's up with this Premier League title race. After that, we got the FA Cup finals, where I will be facing Manchester City. Yep. Oh Lord! All right, we want to talk about that right now. But yeah, as the season is winding down, man, Footy Scoops in the 6.
This has been your Premier League weekend review. Season almost done. Sheffield United relegated. Newcastle bounced some more, and that's been your fix. Boom!
Cheese.
Nice. Very good.
Six.